we've heard a lot about depth. You talked about it in the spring. Last week, Jeff was talking more about it. Do you feel confident now that you have the depth? I guess maybe coach never wants. You always want more, but are you close to what you want?
Yeah, I think we are. I think the depth helps with the competition and guys pushing to get better every day. Guys working hard, and you got some pieces we can move around and fit guys in when somebody gets tired or somebody's struggling a little bit. Let's change it up, get somebody else in, and get them the reps because they're all doing a great job working.
When you look back and look at last year, do you feel like you were better? Obviously, Nato getting hurt really kind of hurt the line, but it did hurt the depth as well. And did that affect last year a little bit? Do you feel like?
I do. And a guy like Austin Collins had reps prior to Renato getting hurt, so he was able to step in, fill a role, and he went from those two guys were splitting time to now all of a sudden he's taking the majority of the reps. So having that ability to roll guys, having that ability and that depth there really helps.
Your impression of Pete and how he's filling in there at center.
Yeah, Pete does a good job working, hard worker, good leader. Same thing. You got Victor Cutler sitting there too. That's extremely athletic, moves his feet well. So both guys are doing a good job for us, working hard.
You obviously never want guys to get hurt, but with Nato going down and kind of easing back into things, Mendoza kind of banged up, and Lance being out for the season, how does that kind of, in a way, breeded opportunity for other guys to step up with some of those roles being more open?
Absolutely. You got a guy like Rasheed Miller taking a lot of reps right now at right tackle. Austin Collins taking reps. Nato's coming back, so he's working himself back into a role. He's working hard and putting himself in a good position. Mendoza's back working, so it's really feel good where we're sitting.
What is Renato from obviously such a weird injury or at the timing of the injury? How did you see him mentally kind of at the end of last year, and how does he look now?
Yeah, so he's a guy that's it was a long injury, long rehab, long recovery. So he's been doing a good job of working himself back into a role from a conditioning standpoint all summer, and now just trying to get his fundamentals back down. I think that's been the biggest point of emphasis for him is, fundamentals, working your feet, working with some bend, and getting back into it.
He's played so much football. How big is it to have somebody like that as he's working back just in the room more than anything?
It's huge, and he can work guard, he can work tackle. He's played both here, and he's played both here at a high level and been successful. So really grateful to have him back, and from a leadership quality.
You have a new quarterback that your offensive line is playing in front of. Obviously, there is an injury history there. So I guess protecting him and trying to keep him safe throughout the season, how crucial is that, and what kind of message are you giving your offensive line?
Well, I think as an O-line, you're always trying to protect the quarterback, whoever's back there. That's one of the ways that you're judged, right? So we take pride in it, and it's a team effort, to protect that guy, and our guys take a lot of pride in the strain within the play to make sure we accomplish that.
I guess the leadership of Tyler and the connection he may have right now with your O-line, how has that looked from your perspective, and especially with kind of the limited amount of time they've had together?
Yeah, I think it's been great. All the quarterbacks O-line, I think they go hand in hand and spend a lot of time together, a lot of time talking, and the camaraderie's there. So, I think we're right on track.
How's this unit progressed as run blockers?
As run blockers, yeah. I think pretty well. I think you always, it's hand in hand. You want to be as balanced as you can be and be able to do it all and, drive people off the ball.
Michael Gonzalez, he's the guy that came in with the determination to play right away. He's done that. How much has his leadership kind of kicked in for you guys this year?
No, it's been great. From film study off the field, he's always getting the guys together, creating groups where they're working on something after practice together. So, leadership role's been awesome.
As far as you've had it's a big tackle is one thing, but a 6'9", 320-pound tackle.
Right.
When you first saw clips, when he went in the portal, you saw clips. What did you like besides the size? And when you get him, how different is it having a guy like that out there?
Well, I think anytime you can play on the edge and play with some length, right? So, I create space and I create distance. If I can get hands-on, now I got to be able to move my feet, and the ability for him is he does have ability to sink his hips. So if you can sink your hips, move your feet, and play with some length, now you're giving yourself a real chance. Plus, I mean, he's an Ivy League guy, so I think he's pretty smart. So,
All right, Coach. Good.
good.
Thank you.